First of all, how crucial is it that Gareth was coming back to fitness and that he was available to you for a selection?
Yeah, I think, of course, he's been instrumental in this campaign. Not just with the goals he scored, but I think his all-round performances and the mentality that he brings to the group. He's been incredibly important. So if you don't want to be going into games as important as these two without somebody like him, but the news out of Madrid is good, it's positive. So hopefully he'll get a game in on 90 minutes maybe before he comes to us. There's at the moment we're very hopeful. Things are positive, and we're looking forward to having him on board, of course.
In terms of sort of a percentage of how fit he is, and what, your team speaking to Real Madrid, sort of how fit is he? Is he 80, 90, 95%?
When you have an injury, it's very much you building up, and in your training sessions, he'll be going through certain regimes where he'll need to tick all the boxes before he's deemed fit to start for Madrid, or even come on as a substitute, whichever may be. But all the feedback I'm getting from my medical team, who are speaking with Madrid, obviously, it's all positive. So, he's expected to be available for a game before he comes to us. And of course, then that opens the door for him to come on board with us.
In terms of getting over the line, how crucial is it that you do it on Saturday? You're so close. Everyone who supports Wales is getting slightly anxious, but just how important from your point of view is it that the job is done as quickly as possible? Yeah,
I think this is another game right in front of our face, isn't it? And had we qualified in the last camp, my message to the players would be exactly the same. We're representing our country. We're playing for Wales. Every game we go into, we've got to be at it. Simple as that. Full blast. Because this group of players have created an identity. One of every time they take to the field, they give everything to try and get a result, to try and put a performance in. Message is no different. We can't control. We've said all the way through the campaign, every time we win a game, there's another game in front of us. We've gone unbeaten. We've been top of the league for the last three games. The next game's always massive, so important. But the message to the players and to the group will be the same. We're playing for Wales, whether we're going to Bosnia, home to Andorra, whether it was the last game when we were away to Cyprus, Israel at home. Our message is the same, we're playing for Wales, and it means everything. It has to mean everything, and we have to empty onto the pitch. We leave it on the pitch, and the results will be what they're going to be. We know we need a point from 2 games to take care of our own business. That means Israel will have to win both games. But if we get a point, it doesn't matter. But we want to take care of our own business, and our business is Bosnia. That's the next game. That's what we focus on, and we'll need another performance.
Just how much is the mentality that you enjoy going to away matches, but it can be a hostile crowd in a smaller stadium, but it's very, very hostile? How much have you fostered that mentality that Wales thrive in those environments? You proved it, for example, in Cyprus. How much does that mentality help?
Yeah, I love it. I love being in that situation where you're up against it, you're miles away from home, and you've got to stand your corner. And if you do that, you've got a chance. With the ability we've got in the team, we show the same mentality as we have done. Not in the last couple of games, but in the last couple of years. As I mentioned earlier, there's an identity that's been created, and that's because we're willing to stand our corner. And I like being in that situation. And I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a tough game, of course. Bosnia are a good team. They're going for the 3rd spot. So, like you rightly said, it'll be hostile. But yeah, bring it on. Great. That's I love being in those situations. And it's good then when you can stand up and you meet the challenge. And hopefully you come out the other side with a smile on your face.
Chris, how much can you draw on what's happening in Welsh sport at the moment? Obviously, you and the players have fostered a lot of positivity with your performances in the qualifying campaign. The rugby side now to the victory over England. There's a good feel-good factor, but people have to do it. They have to perform. How much are you drawing off the success of others, and how are you maybe with Wales is a small nation helping one another to succeed?
I think whether it's rugby, hockey, athletics, if you're Welsh and you're competing, then we're all in it together. I want to see any Welsh man or woman, whatever sport they're doing, succeed. I think the performance at Twickenham was immense. I thought, the Welsh boys showed unbelievable courage and skill and organisation. They've had a lot of injuries, haven't they? So, they had injuries on the night and they still coped with it. So I thought the guys were unbelievable. I thought they were immense. And they made the whole nation proud, So, of course, it's nice to see Welsh sports in a good place. Long may that continue, and of course we wish Warren, his whole staff and the team, the best of luck again this evening.
Chris, you say the news is positive from Madrid. Will Gareth have to play some part in the derby on the weekend, do you think, for you to be able to play him in Bosnia, or will that not come into it?
I think he'll very much be where he is. Is he able to start? Or is he able to come on as a substitute for Madrid? Or, maybe Rafa's thinking as other plans, I don't know. I can't speak for Rafa, but if he's fit to come and meet up with us, then I'll be looking to play him in Bosnia, of course. It's not one where we've got two games and we're thinking everybody's thinking that the Andorra game at home, you'd fancy us. That's not being disrespectful to Andorra, but that's how it is. But I don't even think about Andorra, I think about Bosnia. I think about getting a result in Bosnia, and to do that, we need our strongest team in the pitch. Of course, he's right in the middle of that. So, I'll be looking for him. If he's with us, then I'll be looking for him to start against Bosnia, and then hopefully that's on the back of him getting some minutes in the derby. And that derby game, I tell you, is a tough one. I've seen quite a few of them. I speak to Bailey about it, and he said it's incredible. And if he does start or he comes on, hopefully he'll come through it. Maybe that's a good game for him because it'll be frantic. So physically, it'll be good for him.
Will you be watching it? Because we all know Atletico are a robust team, aren't they? Particularly in the Madrid derby. Will you be able to watch it? Will you be able to cope with watching that?
You got to choose your words carefully there, Rob, didn't you, robust there? Yeah, I probably will watch it. That weekend's coming again, isn't it? It's not my favourite weekend, but yeah, I'll be watching it. I went out to watch. I went out last season. Myself and Osh went out, and it was incredible, really. The atmosphere, and what was going on the pitch. It was enjoyable, but yeah, I'll watch it. Balo's he's a machine. He's an unbelievable athlete, and I'm quite sure whatever they've got to throw at him, he'll be able to handle it. I'm not worried about the physical hits. It's just hopefully he's fully recovered from his injury, and he's ready to go.
Got one or two others back who weren't in the last two games. Obviously, Joe Lely pulled out late. Joe Allen on his way back. Joe Allen, he hasn't played. What's the score with him?
Speaking with Ryland, I think Joe had an hour last week. Maybe the week before, I'm not sure. But he's doing well physically. So, he's in the way we want to play, especially in the formation we have been playing, he's very, very important. The way he links the play up from our defence, breaks the line through the midfield, finding Balo or Rambo. He's very important, and so hopefully he's going to be fit. Is he going to be fit enough for 2 games? Don't know. But he's fit enough. I'm told that we can include him in the squad, and hopefully we'll be able to give him some time on the pitch. He's a great player. he's great to have around the place. He would have missed the last camp. Obviously, he'd have been disappointed. Mustn't forget his outstanding performances home to Belgium and away in Israel. He's fantastic. But he's back in the squad. He hasn't had a lot of minutes on the pitch for Liverpool, but Liverpool worked very well. They wouldn't let us have Joe if they didn't think he could take part in some form in these two games coming up.
And looking at Emma Hughes coming in, Jonathan Williams fit again. Actually, Dave Edwards back quicker than expected. You must have thought a few weeks ago it might not look half as healthy. This is almost as strong as a squad as you picked.
Well, I think the last camp we lost Voney, we lost Joe Ledley late. We had no Joe Allen, no Emma Hughes. All naturally good holding midfield players and scratching our heads. So then we reshuffled the pack a bit. We put Dave Edwards in there with Andy King, and they did a great job for us. Both really attacking midfield players, and we had to play them in holding roles because we didn't have bodies, but they were fantastic, the pair of them. And it's good now that it looks a lot healthier in that position. Johnny Williams is not. He's played, I think, an hour and maybe 90 minutes in the reserves for us. He's not yet played first team football or enough first team football. But he's well on the road. He's on his way back to the level where he needs to be. He's a great player. I think he's, there's a lot to come from Johnny, in my view. And he's one we'll welcome back because what he does, his style of play, he commits defenders and he creates space for other people. And the same with young George Williams, also, who's out with a bad knee injury, who's coming back. Well, we welcome these two young boys back because what they do as well in the training, they up the tempo because of their enthusiasm, and they just obviously delighted to be involved in the squad. Then the level gets raised, So it's good to have these young boys back. Emma Hughes also, who's doing a fine job for Huddersfield. And we've picked a larger squad this time because out in Cyprus we had 1 or 2 injuries and we had to get Foxy in. He didn't arrive till 3 or 4 in the morning out in Cyprus, which wasn't ideal. So we've gone with a couple more than we know normally in the squad. One, just to get them back in, integrate them again with what we do, the likes of Johnny and George. And 2, just in case we do lose anyone, then they're already on site.
Chris, after Israel, that was built up to, everybody wanted a party on that night. A few more weeks won't help. Is that it won't harm Wales after 57 years? Is that how you quickly adapted to it, despite all the Belgian thing? And is your mindset any different now to sort of not building yourself up to get that 1 point in a certain game?
Yeah, of course, you can't help but get caught up with it. We get off the plane after Cyprus and you can smell it in the air. It was 2 days away from. It would have been the perfect way to break that 57 or 58 year itch. So at home in the capital, full house. Again, the Welsh support was unbelievable. But we took four points out of the camp. I think had we taken a point in Cyprus and then 3 points at home to Israel, everybody would have looked at it and said, that's a great camp. Because we got the 3 points first. And then with touching distance is so close, wasn't to be. And I was as flat, if you like, as everybody else, to be honest with you, for a few days. But then when you look at it, and you say, hold on a minute, that's another 4 points from a camp. That's pushed us even closer to where we need to be. Now we've got 2 games to get a point. So this will wind at the start of the campaign and say, somebody offered you that, you're going to take that. Because the start of the campaign, ourselves, Israel, Cyprus, if we're honest, we're thinking we've all got a good chance for that 3rd spot. As the games have gone on, our mindset's changed, our thinking's changed because we've been in the top 2. So that's what we've been holding on to. So now we've got 2 games. we've got a game. So it's all about the next game. We've got to get a point. It's not to say we're going to go to Bosnia and try to get a point. We'll try and win. That's what we try to do. It's in our hands, and that's all we've ever wanted. It's all we can ask for. It's one more push from this group of players, and I'm fully confident, as I have been all campaign. I said these boys would do something special. Nothing's changed my mind, and now it's here. You know, the time is here, it's upon us. So we've got to go and do it. It's up to us, and we've got to go and achieve, and we've got to go and produce.
Last one for me. No Dzeko, no Bezic for Bosnia. With that, can you answer about that, and also is top spot your aim?
I think first and foremost, qualifications the aim, and if we do it with top spot, fantastic. In terms of players missing for Bosnia, we've had the same. We've had to cope with it, so they'll have to cope with it. They're a good team. It's really all or nothing for them. This game, they need to beat us if they're gonna get that third spot. So we'll be expecting there'll be a bit of a tear up, I would imagine, out in Bosnia. But yeah, they've got some players missing, but we've had to deal with that. And we'll just get on with it. We'll meet them like we have every other team in this campaign. It'll be head on, and we'll be going there to get 3 points.
Should you get those 3 points, Chris, and the focus you say is on Bosnia, but you talk about the success of Welsh sport right now, to finish the campaign at home in Cardiff, what kind of celebration do you think that will be like? Because I'm sure you can't imagine it right now.
No, I said in the last camp, I was asked about, just before we played Cyprus, and you can't help but think about the possibilities, and you can't help but just have little 5 minutes about dreaming what may be. You see, we're all human, aren't we? So I do the same thing. I think, that'll be fantastic. But I quickly come back down to earth, because I've been in football a long, long time, and it can change in a moment. Football can change, so you've always got to keep your eye on the prize, and whatever we've been doing, it's been working for us. However hard we've been working, however much we've prepared, whatever atmosphere we have in the camp, it's worked for us, and that must never change. We've got to keep nudging it forward, and we've got to try and look at ways now to say to the players, right, how can we get a little bit more out of you, and how can we take it a little bit further? And that's literally every game. We try and say, right, I know there's 2 games in the camp, we look at it as one, and we prepare for that Bosnia game. And it'll be all or nothing on that game. It has to be, because that's how we've worked in the last couple of years, and it's worked for us. So, of course, yeah, if the result's a good one for us, it'll be amazing to come here in Cardiff. We've seen what the support is, it's incredible. And that's the incentive, And it's not just, I think, it's great if we put ourselves down in the history books. It's fantastic, and that can never be changed. But it is also that feeling of walking onto the pitch in a full house in Cardiff. When our supporters are in that mood, I've never witnessed anything like it. I've played in huge stadiums. I've played in stadiums 80, 90,000. I've never ever seen an atmosphere. I never felt it like we've had in Cardiff, and that's the incentive for us to come back from Bosnia with the goodies, and make sure that that last game's a good one for us, So a lot of work for us to do, there is, but we put ourselves in a great position. Now we've got to go and finish it off.